So we'll go ahead and start off with the bad news, guys, and then we'll move on to the good news. But Intel did end up cutting its dividend. So Intel declares 12 cents per share quarterly, which is almost a 66% decrease from the prior dividend. So they did end up cutting the dividend. And yeah, so I'm so sorry for all the Intel shareholders. Definitely not the greatest news to hear. But let's go ahead and move on to the great news, which is if you're a Walmart shareholder, they did declare a dividend raise. So Walmart ended up declaring 57 cents per share quarterly, which is a 1.8% increase from the prior dividend of 56 cents. Not a huge dividend raise, but definitely better than the dividend cut. The next one I did want to show you guys was Domino's ended up raising its dividend. So Domino's Pizza declared $1.21 per share quarterly, which is a 10% increase from the prior dividend of $1.10. Congrats to all the Domino's Pizza shareholders. Definitely great juicy dividend raise there for doing absolutely nothing. And then the last one, guys, which is Home Depot, they ended up raising its dividend. So Home Depot declared $2.09 per share quarterly, which is a 10% increase from the prior dividend of $1.90 that they were paying. This is actually a company in our, list of raises we were expecting for the month of February. We have one more company expecting to raise their dividend hopefully this coming week, but you'll see that the ex-dividend date is in March and they will be paying out March 23rd for Home Depot. Definitely love Home Depot. They did actually have a nice pullback, so definitely a great way to accumulate. They might potentially even go lower, especially with the slow demand. And yeah, I want to show you guys here real quick the next company that we are still waiting on. This is the most sensitive earning releases, but we do have Best Buy reporting on Thursday before open. We will see if there are the ones that they will be raising a dividend. That is actually the last company we're waiting on for the month of February. So definitely exciting to see if Best Buy will raise their dividend. What's up, everybody? It's Investing Sensei here to bring you episode 175 of the portfolio update. So hopefully you guys are doing awesome. I definitely am. You guys already know it's Sunday. It's time to go over the portfolio, what we bought, what we sold, what dividends came in, what options we traded, in general, what the portfolio did. And again, guys, remember that we always come back and we actually try to see how much we grew the dividend snowball, because guys, we're trying to eventually live off of these, but we're trying to get this to $325 per month on average in dividends, completely passive, guys. This week I actually bought a little bit over $15,000 in SCHD, the ETF. So it's definitely going to be exciting by the end of the video. See how much this actually boosted up the dividend snowball. It's definitely going to make a huge impact, and I'm definitely excited to see how much we are projected to make on the monthly now that we spent. It was about roughly about 200 shares of SCHD, so definitely make sure you stay around. But anyways, I do bring these videos to you guys every single Sunday, so if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing with that notification. Definitely would appreciate it as well if you dropped a big thumbs up on the video. That goes a long way. But you'll see here, guys, the annual dividends for us for the month of I guess the annual year for 2023. We are so far at $283.41. I will be making a video around Tuesday showing you guys how much we made in total for the dividends for the month of February, so definitely look forward to that one. But you'll see this should boost it up as well for the quarterly. If we look over here, so far for 2023 Q1, we're at $283.41. We should see this much higher by Tuesday when we enter those values. And if we look at the options premium here, guys, for the month of February, this actually wrapped up everything. We are at $655.01 is what we made, and just collecting premium for the month of February. Definitely nowhere near what we did for January, but I'm hoping March will be very close to that, and we will see what happens. Definitely exciting, definitely extra income that's allowing us to grow that snowball and let it compound even more. But guys, remember, we do have these 2023 goals goals that keep us focused. The first one is to reach 20,000 subscribers. So again, if you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing with that notification. Definitely would appreciate it. Help me reach that milestone of 20,000 subscribers. This is a goal that is all reliant on you guys. And then goal number 2 is to try to make $300.25, or not 25 cents, $325 per month on average each quarter. This should jump up quite a bit by the end of the video, but this goal is definitely within our control, so we will achieve it. I know we will. As well as goal number 3, which is investing $118,000 of my own money. So far we are at $110,941, so we have about maybe $7,100-ish more dollars to go. And then if we look at goal number 4, is to dollar cost average $100 every single week at a minimum, no matter what the portfolio is doing, what the market's doing, and just trying to average in every single week. We did do that this week, which I'll show you guys once we jump over to the history on the Schwab account, and then drip an additional $20. We did get a dividend from Starbucks, so I added an additional $20 towards Starbucks. Definitely next quarter we should get a little bit more dividends there. And then goal number 6 is to try to average out about $400 per month in selling options, which we actually have hit so far. This past month in February we made roughly around 600, so definitely above that goal. And again, that is an average, so we have plenty of room of making a couple months where we don't make we could actually make below 400 and it should average out. But if we look at the dividend payout here, you'll see that we're actually going to start off strong and in March with Visa, then Microsoft, Target, Lockheed Martin, Waste Management, and Union Pacific. We did get that dividend raise from Waste Management, guys. We'll kick off the scripts towards the end of the video, see if any new companies announce dividend raises or just in general dividends in general there. But yeah, guys, let's go ahead and actually get started. So as you'll see, guys, the portfolio is at $193,676.28. We are down about $556.97, which is about 0.29% in the red. Overall 2-year change, $5,566.04, which is about 2.96% in the green. Definitely love that, guys. There's the short-term changes. In the long term, we will be in the green as well. If we look at the positions here, you see that we are actually still up about 52.81% in the green, which is roughly about $52,982.79. You'll see our cash balance has actually decreased. It's at $40,367.70. That is because I did make some purchases. Again, I bought almost about roughly $15,000 in SCHD's ETF, which is very, very awesome there. If I show you guys here the current positions, you'll see that we do actually have still the 2 covered calls on Apple that expire on the 24th of March with a strike price of $140. We'll see how this one plays out. So far we are in the green on that one with the premium about 32%, so definitely exciting to see that. The next one we actually have the JP Morgan covered call at 144 that expires next week. I think this one should hopefully be profitable, especially if JP Morgan stays under $144. Otherwise, we will have to roll it and manage it, and eventually hopefully play out successful on that one. Altria, we have 100 shares, so we will be selling a covered call next week. Same thing for Microsoft. We will be selling a covered call on Microsoft, so we can collect some premium for the month of March. If we look at Nvidia's, we are still managing this one. We are still quite a bit in the money. You'll see that we have a covered call for next week that expires $157.50 covered call, and then you'll see that the price of Nvidia is currently about $232, so definitely way deep in the money for us. But I'm hoping that Nvidia has a pullback next week, but I'm still gonna roll it anyways. I don't mind selling it at $157 again, but I do want to try to avoid a taxable event if I can, so that is why I'm rolling it. And then if we look here, we do have these other positions. I'm trying to get to 100 shares so we can start enabling some covered calls for these companies. And then if we look here, guys, finally we have 200 shares of SCHD. we're around about $15,000 invested. We are down quite a bit. Well, I guess not quite a bit, but $102 is what we're down. I did sell a covered call, but I was able to purchase it back, and we collected most of the premium for that. But we could potentially sell 2 covered calls on SCHD here. So definitely excited to see that. If I show you guys here the performance, we are actually in the green by about $904.93. And then you'll see we did take a small dip last week, which is not a big deal. We're invested for the long term, and definitely not a big thing for me potentially creating great buying opportunities. You'll see in the rate of return is 0.31% in the green. And yeah, definitely loving these returns so far, because we are able to continue to dollar cost average. Hopefully we don't have that many gains so far, because we want to accumulate even more shares for the long term. If I show you guys here the investment income, we are at $3,007.14 projected to make, roughly estimated about $250.60. If you look for the month of March, we're projected to make about $379.82, and then April $268.84, and then May $101.51. So the second month of every quarter will be kind of our smallest payments for us. So we gotta beef that one up, and I think over time we will. But if we look at the history, guys, we can show you guys everything we did this past week. So I have everything to start from the 20th of February, guys, of 2023 all the way till the 26th. So if we scroll up to the very bottom, I can show you guys what we kind of did here. So this was actually the cash secured puts we had from the previous week, which we had 7 cash secured puts at the $76 strike price that expired on the 17th of February. All of these expired worthless. We got to keep roughly around $400 to $500 and that we collected from the premium. So definitely love cash secured puts there. We could potentially end up doing some more until we get assigned. But you'll see on the 21st of February, we did a buy. So we bought some SCHD, guys, and we bought 100 shares at roughly about $76.28, which is about $7,628 that we invested there. So at that point, we had 100 shares. Immediately what we did on that same day, we did a sell to open. So we sold a covered call on SCHD. We did a covered call SCHD at a strike price of $79, and this one would expire the 17th of March, so that was roughly about a month away from now. And we did one of those. They paid us about 25 cents for this, which comes out to be about $24.35 after fees. Again, remember that this is 25 cents per contract, which one contract is 100 shares, so you can multiply this times 100, so that's where you would get $25, and you have to subtract the fees. But you'll see on the 21st as well, we did a sell to open. Home Depot ended up going down, so what I ended up doing was selling a cash secured put on Home Depot for $285. This one did expire on the 24th of February of 2023. So this was a weekly. We did one of them. They paid us 68 cents or $68 after fees, about $67.35. And then, guys, that same exact day, we immediately were able to buy to close the covered call we did on SCHD. That was $79 strike price. That was about a month away. We were able to actually purchase it back for $15. So we collected a lot of the premium there, so I went ahead and just took those profits. And then you'll see we did the buy to close on Home Depot as well, which was about $60 that we paid, so we kind of roughly made about $7 or $6, so not a big deal there. And then on the 21st we did a sell to open, which was SCHD. We ended up doing a covered call for a strike price of $78, and that also expired again on the 17th of March. SCHD only does monthly covered calls or cash secured puts, but we ended up going down in strike price, and they paid us $35, roughly about $34.35 after fees. And then, guys, we ended up actually getting the Costco drip, which was about $10.13. Gotta love that there. And then on the 24th, we ended up depositing $100 to dollar cost average into the portfolio, and then an additional $20 because Starbucks was supposed to pay us a dividend, so $120 in total for the week. On the 24th, we did actually buy another 100 shares of SCHD for $7,453.65 invested, which comes out to be an average price of about $74.53. And then so at that point we would have 200 shares. We ended up also buying the Starbucks, so we bought $20 worth of Starbucks. We actually bought one full share of Target at $163.91. Got to build those positions to 100 shares, guys, so we can enable it and start selling covered calls there. Then we actually, what we ended up doing was we ended up rolling the Nvidia covered call. So we did a buy to close on the 24th. We bought the covered call back that was $157.50 that expired on the 24th, which was this past Friday. And we actually paid about $7,350.65. But since it was a roll, we did a sell to open on Nvidia, which was a covered call for the same exact strike price for next week on the 3rd of March. They actually paid us $7,359.29, so we made about $9 or about $8 so in profit from this roll. And hopefully next week Nvidia has a nice pullback and we can roll up some, and definitely we can eventually get out of it. We'll see what happens. And then here, guys, we did on the 24th, we did a buy to close on our covered call on SCHD for a strike price of $78, which expired on the 17th of March. We paid about $11, so that was a pretty nice profit there. And then, guys, we actually got the dividend from Starbucks. We made about $25.99 in passive income. And then the last one we did do as well was we actually ended up I guess technically rolling the JP Morgan covered call, even though it was going to expire out of the money. It was going to expire worthless, but we did a buy to close. We did a covered call on JP Morgan, 145 strike price. That expired on the 24th. This is the one we purchased. We paid $1 to exit that position, and then immediately we did a sell to open on JP Morgan, which was a covered call for a strike price of $144 that expires next week on the 3rd of March. They paid us $38.35, so if you subtract the $1, about $37 is what we made from this JP Morgan covered call. We'll see what happens there. But this is what we ended up doing this week, guys. Pretty busy week, but we did make some pretty juicy money. And in passive income, if we click this calculate dividends, this will tell us how much in passive income we made doing absolutely nothing. So let's go ahead and find out how much we made. So, guys, we just made the Starbucks $25.99. Gotta love passive income. Eventually we will get to the point where we are able to live off of these. I can't wait to see that, but right now we're gonna use options as a vehicle to help us achieve that much faster, and gotta love it. But anyways, let's go ahead and jump back into the dashboard of the Google Sheets so that we can actually, guys, kick off these scripts and see how much we increase the passive income for the month. Well, I guess this week in general, since we bought about 200 shares of SCHD, so I'm definitely excited to see that. But one thing I do want to show you again, remember options premium for the month of February, we made a total of $655.01. I'll show you guys in general how much we're at so far. So you'll see here that for the week, or I guess this past week that ended on the 26th of February, we made $84.09 in selling options, which brings our total again to $655.01. Total for the year of 2023 so far, we're at $3,224.08. This will get reinvested into the portfolio and hopefully grow that snowball much larger, and that's kind of the aim there. If I go ahead and show you guys the dividend payout, again, these are the companies so far. We'll go ahead and kick off the scripts and see if any new companies pop up. So that's about 40. Portfolio tools, you'll click get latest dividends. I do have these scripts available for free, guys. All I ask in return again is that you're subscribed with that notification and you drop a big thumbs up on the video. Definitely would appreciate it. So it looks like we did get another company, and it potentially, I believe it's Nvidia. So that's got to be pretty awesome there. Dividend date is coming up on Nvidia, so I will have to be careful with the covered call because I am super deep in the money. I think we'll manage it hopefully, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, that is the payout there. If we look at the settings here, guys, we'll go ahead and actually delete the old values from last week, and we can jump over to personal capital to get the new positions from this past week. So I'll see you guys over at personal capital. Alright guys, so we're at personal capital. Under my Schwab account, you'll see this green button. It's called copy holdings. Click on it. This copies the content of my portfolio into the clipboard, which then we can jump back over to the Google Sheets, right click, and then we can click paste special values only, and that should have all the purchases or latest positions from our purchases of this past week. If I go over here to holdings, you'll see that this is the old parsed out information from last week. If we click portfolio tools, update portfolio holdings, this will get wiped and it'll use the new data we just pasted. So let's go ahead and do that. You'll see it, give it a second. Now it's parsing everything, and we can jump back over to the dashboard and we'll see how much we grew everything, guys. So as you'll see here, projected dividend yield is at 1.49% compared to last week, 1.18%. On the dividend yield on cost, we're actually at 2.87% compared to 2.66%. Yearly, we're actually projected to make about $2,876.68. Huge jump here, right around about $500 in difference for the year from those 200 shares of SCHD that we purchased. On the month, we actually made a huge jump here, about maybe $30, almost $50, I would say, in a jump. And then which comes out to be $239.72. On the week, we're projected to make about $55.32 now, so that's very nice to see. On the day, we're projected to make $7.88 every single day now. And then on the hourly, guys, we went up huge here, 33 cents every single hour compared to 26 cents every hour from last week. And then on the hourly work wage here, guys, this is if our portfolio was to go work a 40-hour work week, they would get paid an hourly rate of $1.38 compared to $1.11 from last week. And hopefully we can eventually get this to minimum wage. We'll see how long that takes, guys. But yeah, this is actually all I have for you guys in this portfolio update. If you haven't subscribed, consider subscribing with that notification. Help me reach the 20,000 subscriber mark. Definitely would appreciate it as well if you drop the big thumbs up on the video. And if you stuck all the way to the very end, be sure to drop a hashtag SCHD, because that is the company or ETF we did purchase quite a bit this past week. Gotta love it. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Take care, stay safe out there. Bye, guys.